very best to answer those questions. We don't necessarily have all the answers, but we'll do our best to search our repertoire and provide what we can. This session is part of our plug and play system. So if you are here as a first timer, and we've got a few more names in, let's have a quick look if there's any names we don't recognize. I think most people here we recognize. But if there is anybody here that's here for the first time, this is part of our plug and play system where we are available for everybody in the community to be able to come along and ask their questions and hopefully get answers. So there is still space left, so feel free to reach out to any of your community members and get them to join us and see if they have any questions that they'd like to ask. But alternatively, they could simply sit and listen and learn, because when others ask questions, everybody else learns. What else? Please take notes. Please put your hands up when you have a question, and we will go over to Carl, who will go through the updates of this week first. Thanks very much, Carl.
Thanks, Joe. Well, there isn't a lot to update. Mostly Chavez's update session on Wednesday focused on Alpha AI, but there was a couple of things. Joe and I do have access to Alpha AI as rank 2 now. We haven't had the training that we were hoping to get. We've been in. There's a lot of data on the screens, and much like the understanding that we get when we're a child, but that 1 follows 2 follows 1, 3 follows 2, 4, 5, 6. That's just a sequence. The interpretation of that sequence is understanding numbers, and we need that still before we start telling you about it. So we're just playing at the moment. LquidPay BNB chain, or BEP20, should be live this week. Don't know what day yet. And that's another chain that we'll be able to transfer, which would be kind of useful as if you want to move money out of Pi. That's the network that it'll happen on, so you can send it from Pi straight into your LquidPay card. Those that have ordered their physical cards, apparently there was a problem with the printer or something, and the delivery process was, for some cards, maybe cancelled. Everything will revert back into your wallet, and you can then reissue a new delivery request. Don't know what the problem is. We just know that there was a delivery problem somewhere. So if you go to your cards, you'll see virtual and physical tabs. Click on the physical. When I do that, I can see my card is still showing awaiting activation. So I don't think I was part of the problem. So I'm expecting mine to be delivered. If it says something else, or it's automatically been reverted, it should be pretty obvious which one you're in, either waiting back delivery or having to reorder. That was the only updates from Wednesday, but shortly after that, there was an announcement to the leaders group that the repurchase of your Alpha AI pack, well, it's no longer called that, but your repurchase of a pack in 3FO has returned. I haven't played with it. I haven't done anything. I don't know if there's any conditions yet. It's just reappeared. So if you were waiting to do a top-up, it's now available again.
I can say that I have done a top-up, and there doesn't appear to be any conditions. You can top up, and it still says you can top up a repurchase again. So it appears to be the same as the original
AI pack.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's good to know.
Okay, well, there you go. That's the updates for this week. Now I can see we've got about 21 people in the room. The aim is to keep this to around 30 to 45 minutes. But of course, if there's nobody who has questions, then we will shorten it considerably. Unless you've got anything you want to, you can also comment on things, or if you've got anything that you'd like to discuss in a brief way, then you're welcome to do that, because we've got the time. We may as well use it. But the aim is to keep it to 30 to 45 minutes. So if I may request, please don't wait until the 44th minute or the 29th minute to ask your question. Let's get all the questions asked so that nobody gets left behind. Okay, if there are any questions, please raise your hands and let's see what we can do to assist.
While people are plucking the courage up, I can see one person that this comment applies to. We're still waiting on a lot of people to put their claim forms in for their free miners. Crypto Bad Bunny is one of them. I think there might be one more here. So if you need to get the claim form and you haven't got it yet, obviously we'll show you the Telegram address to send to. I'll actually, we'll ask her to unmute.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, Carol. Hello, Joe. Yeah, with regards with the minor, the form, because it said that if you know your rank leader, to reach out to them and send the form. So I did that. I sent it to Joe. Joe, you get it? I know you swamp
What did you send me?
the form.
Did I not send it to you?
Yes, yes.
And then did you send it back to me?
Yes.
Oh, you don't need to send it back to me. You just fill in the form, and then myself, Carl, and the other leaders have access to send you the minor.
Well, I just click on submit and it went through.
Yeah. Okay. What's missing on there then, Carl?
No, but Carl said that I missed it, so I guess we're gonna do it over.
I looked for it and I couldn't see it. So just message me what name you put in as your name, because that's what we get it sorted by.
Yeah, I didn't get anything back from you, Io.
Okay, all right. Again, take it over. So message you, we're here in the Zoom chat here.
No, not in the Zoom chat, just on Telegram.
I don't have your Telegram, so I will need it.
Okay.
Should I just send you the Google form again?
All right.
Let me let me send the form to you.
Send me Carol Telegram.
I've just sent you the Google form on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I just received it, and I just need Carol's Telegram.
No, you don't need mine, because if Joe sent it to you, I would be doing the same thing. I'd be sending the same information to you.
All right, good. Whatever deal with that.
But everybody, read the instructions carefully. So far, I believe we've had somebody send in their Solana address from Phantom Wallet. Somebody put in a 3FO or affiliate marketing account name. And there is a suspicion that somebody, and I'm waiting for that person to contact with a clarification, they think they put their BTC20 deposit address from affiliate marketing, not their wallet, their MetaMask or whatever, right? So make sure you understand, don't send those through because they're useless. I won't be able to send to a Solana address. If you send us wrong other EFM address, it'll just disappear. You won't be able to access it.
Okay, Sharon. Hello, Sharon. How you doing?
I'm good. I was on the call. I came on the call with Dennis late after Dennis was finished with whatever he was talking about. I got on the call late. I went to church this morning. But I didn't. Is there a way that I could get the information that y'all spoke about? Is that recorded?
I did not record it, no, because it's like a spreadsheet and things. I tend not to record things like that. And then because the only way for me to share it, because it's a big video, is to put it up on YouTube. And I tend not to record them, because then if the YouTube video gets into the wrong hands, I don't want people claiming that we're giving financial advice.
Okay, I understand.
So, but that's okay. This won't be the first time. Dennis did one last week. He'll do it again. He did it this week. And we may well do it again when I come back from Thailand. So there'll be another opportunity.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Sharon. I'm glad you turned up. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Io.
All right, Joe. When I click on the link that you just now sent to me, it said that I have already answered. I have already responded to this.
Okay.
Just send Joe what full name you used as the name originally, if you can remember.
You mean the name in WAS? Username or my name?
Full name, yeah. Your birth name.
Okay.
Send me that. Send me your MetaMask address, your BTC20 MetaMask address, and I'll just forward it to Carl.
Okay, then cool. Thank you.
That'll do for now, and then we go. Okay, Junsun Singh. If you can ask your question, please.
Hello, Joe. You can hear me?
I can, yes.
Yeah, my question is, because last time I got the miners, but I think I sent the affiliated marketing address instead of MetaMask address. So I just want to, so I need to send my MetaMask address BTCC, right?
Yeah, the BTC20 address in MetaMask.
Okay, so I need to send it again to Carl. Yeah, on the what's that, the one on the Telegram, right, Carl?
Yeah, just send it on Telegram.
All right,
I wasn't going to point. I wasn't going to tell anybody that was you that did that. It's just using you as a general example.
Actually, I tried to ask some my friend here, but it's too late. When I told me about no, you had to send a MetaMask address, but I was thinking the BTCC on the affiliated. Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna send it to you again. Yeah, thanks, Carl. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks very much, Jinsun.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, if we have any other questions, anybody got a question, please, now's the time to put your hand up. We'll do our best to answer your questions. If not, then perhaps I'll just share a screen and go through some numbers on my overview presentation that I do for a few new people, help you understand some of the numbers a little bit better. But please ask your questions. No one's got a question. Okay. Well, if nobody objects, I'll just share some numbers. Let me go to the right place.
Joe, they can also put a message in the chat if they don't want to raise their hand.
Yes, thanks very much for that. So yeah, absolutely. If you don't want to raise your hand and ask a question live, then feel free to put it in the chat and then we can answer. But I'll just spend just a few minutes while you guys think of a question. And if there are no questions, then we can conclude. Okay, now I'm not going to go through all of this. It's just looking at numbers. I just think it's worth looking at the numbers and appreciating actually how clever this is. Oh, I don't know why that said resume. There we go. So just remember the basics here. If you're not staking any BTCC, then it's a flat 1% APY all the way across at 52%. 3x return, 2x return for no BTCC. So you're getting $1,000 back for your $500 of Ethereum. $1,500 back for your $500 of Ethereum on staking of 1-to-1. So that's 65% APY. And then 4x return if you're staking on a 1-to-2 basis, which means you're getting 78% APY. The objective is to move through these panels as quickly as possible so that you're increasing your APY every single step of the way. Now, what's worth reminding people of, which I'm not sure everybody understands, is this bit here. 1-to-2 and 1-to-1. That means here you're staking $500 of BTCC along with $500 for the package in Ethereum. Here, this means you're staking twice the amount of BTCC. So here it's $500 for the package, $1,000 of BTCC. Here it's $1,500 for the package, or $1,500 in Ethereum, and $3,000 of BTCC. And this is why you need to be harvesting, because there's going to be a shortage of BTCC. That's going to push the price up because people are going to need to harvest in order to have the BTCC. So now's the time to start harvesting. So here you're going to need $9,000 of BTCC, $27,000 of BTCC, $82,000 of BTCC. Now think if BTCC goes up to $1,000, you're going to need far fewer BTCC to stake because the value will be higher. And here, of course, this is 120, 240, 243 BTCC, $1,000 of BTCC here. So just bear in mind that's what this means. It means you're going to need twice as much BTCC as you have for the package that you're buying, the panel that you're buying. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all of this. Remember how the lending system works. You can borrow up to 50% of your existing package to contribute to the next and to the next and to the next and to the next, interest-free. And you pay it back through your yield and your commissions. It's literally free money. Or from that package only, you can borrow 50% and split it to 2 people and help them get started. Let's skip through here. And let's go through here. Actually, no, I like that one. We will go through that one. I won't. This one here. Let's go through this one here. So when I started playing with the numbers, this is what I kind of realized and I didn't think about. But you buy the $500 package. From a passive person's point of view, this is very, very clever. But you can go through this entire system without putting another penny in, simply $500. And you get your 4x return. 4x return here is $2,000. I've said profit, but actually I should have said ROI. But it's $2,000, which gives you enough to buy this package with $500 left over to reactivate this package. This one gives you $6,000 ROI with enough money to buy this package and enough left over to reactivate this package. Look how clever this is. So you can activate every single package completely out of profits without having to put a single penny of new funding in. $18,000 ROI, enough money to buy this package and enough money left over to reactivate here. $54,000, enough to buy this one, enough left over to buy this one again. and $162,000, which gives you more than enough to buy this one and enough left over to buy this one. And of course, then you 4x on this one, which means you're now making, well, once you've activated every single panel here, imagine, look at what you're making, 4x on every single one of them. This is genuinely life-changing opportunity. So bear that in mind. You know, look, it's easy to look at the numbers and see them at face value, but not really thinking about the deeper value of how you can use your profits, use your Ethereum to help you grow bigger and help others to grow bigger as well, to teach to others and help them understand the system. So I think it was a good idea just to kind of go through those and help you see that it's a little bit, you know, it's a very clever system enabling you to really upscale in a big way, in the most economically efficient way. Okay, hopefully now we've got some people have thought of some questions. Anybody?
They might have, but they haven't put their hands up to ask it.
Okay, Susie has a question. Thank you, Susie.
More of an understanding of, let me turn on my camera. I understand it, but there are a lot of people in here who might not understand that when you're building. So how many people do you recommend, not, you know, on your first level? Then how many legs do you need to rank? I understand, but I'm explaining it to other people as well. So maybe you can, I know it's Q&A, but maybe you can answer that question, because it does take 3 legs. And people say, no, it only takes 2. No, I'm sorry. Wrong, but it takes 3. So maybe go over that a little bit.
Let's go to Carl.
Your drawings are phenomenal. So between the 2 years.
I actually have put together a PowerPoint for that, which hopefully will be turned into a distributable AI-driven thing. All right. The recommendation for a fast, strong, efficient team building to rank 10. All right. This is a quick start method. This will get you to rank 1. All right. Requires a simple structure: 3 active legs. Leg 1, 12 members. That's including the person that is that head of that leg. Right. Each with 1 pack. Leg 2, 9 members. Leg 3, 9 members. Simple mathematics. 6,000, 4,500, 4,500. This equals the required volume to rank up. Now, they can all be direct, but also they could be in depth. And if they're in depth, you miss out on affiliate rewards. All right. And this won't give you the long-term benefits unless you just happen to have the right people in the right spots first go. Right. Long-term requires strategy as well as structure. This is an ideal structure to rank up, but unless the structure forms, you will probably have some depth, those 3 legs, and if in depth exceeds level 2, you will miss out on the affiliate rewards, but you will have the volume, hence the need for strategy. So that's what this looks like. Simple: 1, 2, 3, 12, 11 people under leg 1, 8 people under leg 2. That'll get you your first rank. Laying the foundation starts with 3 strong builders directly under you. They still need to do the 3 legs, same volume, but if you put a little bit of width directly to you, like a couple of investors, or maybe just an extra account under your own name, right? You don't need to use it other than buy a pack in it and activate it. As you'll see later, I call it leg position 20, but it doesn't happen to have to be that. So I'm not going to go into this in detail, by the way. So if you put together something like this, leg 1 with some people, leg 1, and leg 1, 3 with some people, leg 2, leg 3. Now, I've used this example, and somebody actually come up to me and said, doesn't this leg 2 need to be 4,500? This is a more realistic example because they won't all drop exactly the way you hope. Like leg 3 here, you put your 4 main people that you want long term, and you've got an investor, a couple of investors, but this investor actually got, this investor actually got motivated and recruited a few people, right? And then you've got your investors over here to give you some width. So you can't be absolutely certain it's going to fall the way you want. This is just an outline of what might be a realistic and long-term type of structure. So you can only predict. Then with what I call phase 2, you start teaching those 3 main legs to have their 3 main legs and a couple of investors. and this is called in computer terms is recursion, where you use the same process over and over and over by itself. You know, I did it with a date routine. I needed to calculate something. I then called the same routine to go deeper into that calculation, and then called it again deeper into that calculation. That's what you're doing. You're driving that mentality, that recruiting process of 3, 3, 3 deeper inside your structure. And then once you've depthed it, it comes back to you as all those affiliate rewards and ranking rewards. I'm going to go through this in more detail, probably in some process, but this is roughly what you're doing. You've got this, then it goes to this, then it goes to this, then this, and then this, deeper and deeper. And as I said, you might even have 1 or 2 of your own. And I call this investor number 20. The reason for that is I really don't like the way we interact here. Because once you've built your rank 3, phase 3, and then phase 4, and you've reached your rank 10, there's nothing, you're not going to earn any more ranking rewards, but there's nothing to stop you from using rank 20 or investor 20, which is you, and building an entire another rank 10 business underneath that. Okay, and you can also put a couple way down the bottom, and you can build another rank 10 business underneath those. Or your children or your grandchildren can do it as well. I will go through that someday in more detail. Once I've only written it, I haven't practiced it yet.
Brilliant. Look at the information you're getting. For those of you who turned up, look at the information that you're getting. So if there's questions, please, folks, now's the time to ask. You know, between me and Carl knows most of it. But we do our best.
I don't know everything.
Yeah. But we do our best to answer everything that you have. Of course, perhaps there's a difference in numbers in the Q&As lately because we've had a change of time. The purpose of that change of time to 9 p.m. UK time is it's in the middle of, essentially in the middle of the time zone. So it's to suit people in the US, people in Australia, people in other regions, so that we all come together and it's a more reasonable time for everybody. A little bit later for Carl. It's not any difference. It doesn't make any difference for me. So perhaps that's why. But take advantage of the time that we have, because ultimately, if we find that we are doing this particular Zoom and there are no more questions, we must conclude that either everybody knows everything or that everybody's upline is answering all their questions and that there's no further requirement for a Q&A, in which case we will replace it with something else. We don't know what yet or if, but if we do, we will provide it. We will convert it into some other service that will hopefully be of use to you all. So ask your questions, and if you if you don't have any questions, then we can conclude for the evening. So one last call for questions.
While that call is out there, just to foreshadow, we have been discussing this, and it might become a little bit what just happened there, not in more detail, but additional training, a little bit more like a masterclass environment. We'll do the Q&A and then we'll do a small masterclass session after the Q&A. So this is sort of a trial run, actually.
An impromptu trial run.
Yeah, wasn't planned. Sharon.
Yeah, I hate to say this right now, but I only harvested one time, and somebody help me to do it. When can I get some tutor? When can I get help to try harvest one more time?
You have but to reach out, Sharon. You know where I am. I think Sue is around. You can ask Sue. But yeah, feel free to just drop a line and then we can arrange a Zoom. Right, my schedule is going to be relatively tight because I'm preparing to go away on Friday, but I do have some time during the week up until Thursday to assist you with that. But I imagine Sue would have a little bit more flexibility. But you're welcome to message me, and if I can spend an hour with you to help you, then it's fine. It's not a problem.
Great, thank you.
Okay, Munga.
Hey, good Sunday, everybody.
Hey, Munga, how you doing?
Sorry, Joe and Carl. This week I was really accommodated by the flu. I was really sick, and I keep working hard. I know that you guys are doing a very good job. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And the structure I saw now, Carl just present here, that is the key anyone who didn't know exactly how the business is going to make people wealthy, that is the something we have to present it over and over to people. Because the network, you don't need to be more educated for to know how much money you can make in a network. And this is a network. I'm looking at the structure is like putting money on the table and anyone can just pull it. And also doing the staking is combine both of them. The faster people gonna make money is on C. Get money coming to the network. You put that back for your staking, guys. I don't know why I have to wait or I have to be patient to build my team. That's what every day, I don't want to miss one single presentation. And UK prime time, United States prime time, and on myself, holding the people outside that's crazy. In a year, 2 years, the result will come in. Thank you guys, Carl and Joe and everybody. The effort you're doing, I hope then people that are listening, they're gonna follow what you guys are doing and we'll be to the moon soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Monga. You know what Monga just said there, and certainly what he's just ended with there is really, really important. You know, one of the reasons that we do this is because obviously we're here to earn an income. We're here to change our life. But myself, Carl, the other leaders, we understand that in order to do that, we have to help others change their lives, because that's how this industry works. You know, you don't make money, you don't make profits, you don't generate wealth without helping others do it. Now, in this particular system with 3FO, then yes, it's entirely possible to generate huge wealth without growing a team as a passive investor. But it's going to take much, much longer, because as you saw with those numbers, you can move from panel to panel to panel as an independent investor, but it's going to take a long time. Now, it's not going to take as long as a pension. Somebody in their 20s, 30s, even somebody in their 40s, by the time they reach retirement age, they will have a huge amount of wealth to be able to live out the rest of their life without ever having to put in another penny of their own money. And they will be constantly receiving that. It will never run out. Unlike your pension, I've been paying into my pension for a great many years and I have a decent amount in my pension, but I doubt it's enough. Unless I'm very frugal, I doubt it's enough to see me out for the rest of my life, unless the rest of my life turns out to be 10 years. So yes, it's possible, but it's going to be much slower. If you want to enjoy that wealth now, within the next year, then you could get yourself to at least rank 9 within the next 12 to 24 months. You could work your way through all of the panels, even forgetting about the ranks. You could work yourself through all of the panels within the next 12 to 24 months. The Vietnamese are going to do it within the next 6 months. I don't doubt that. They'll be on the top panel in the next 6 months because they are networking machines, because they're not sitting and watching. They're not sitting on the fence deciding. They're not questioning, what's this? What happened about that? Where's this? What was it? It was disappointing with that. And they're not questioning. They accept the past is the past. We're starting afresh. We're moving on. They're just getting on with it, building a business, sharing the world, and they will come to a region near you soon. So everybody in your social circle will join 3FO at some point. Only question is whether they'll join in your team or the Vietnamese team. So it's time to move on. Time to get the wealth that you've all been looking for, that we've all been looking for. It's time to make a change. So we are here to help you. And that is what our job is. We are here to help support and teach, educate as much as we can. Okay, Shelda. Hi, Shelda. How you doing?
Hi, quick question. Is there a problem? I'm trying to connect some of my miners to the node, but it's saying internal error. It's been saying that since yesterday.
Last time we had that issue, I think it was just a case of uninstalling MetaMask and reinstalling, but that was a while back now. Maybe Carl's got more insights on that.
I'd have to watch you. We can do a Zoom straight after this if you want, one-on-one.
Okay.
Have you checked if it's the issue that I think it is? Then yeah, but if it's something simple, it might be that you just haven't got BTCC. Is it telling you that you haven't got any BTCC for the gas fee?
No, it's just saying internal error, but I have BTCC in the account. I actually even moved it off of my phone and put it on my computer. I import that wallet, but it's still saying internal error.
Okay, yeah, best to connect up with Carl afterwards and he'll have a look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Have you got Carl's contact?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, we don't appear to have any other questions. I'm going to put one last call out because we are on our 41st minute. So anything after the 42nd minute will be denied. So last call. Any other questions? Okay. Let's see if Carl's got any closing comments.
Just people have been asking about Capital 3 still. We're still waiting on details. It won't be until after the Thai event. Not the Thai event, the Thai event, after the Alpha AI is live. But it's still going to be an Ethereum staking, a yield product for the time being. So just wait. For those that don't have Telegram but want to reach out and don't have our WhatsApp, I just posted my URL link to my Telegram that will load you into Telegram first and then connect you with me. If you don't already have it and can't just use the @CarlCryptoDundee, that'll get you there the long way round.
Perfect. Any closing comments, Carl?
If anybody here hasn't got into 3FO and you're looking for some way, reach out to us as well. Get your claims in, as I said earlier, because we're not going to send them to you until you put the claim form in. I've got a list of people, particularly those that were on the one that Chavez said he was going to turn up and surprised us, and then everyone won one. There's a lot of people on that list haven't put their form in yet. Pretty much that's it.
Okay, perfect. So let me do a quick screen share. All right, so let's just remind everybody of our schedule, of our new schedule. So Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday are presentation days. Now, these are at 7 p.m. UK time. Now, for those of you who don't already know, myself and Carl have taken over US prime time. So every presentation night, so Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, we are there live on US prime time, and we're working very hard to build up US prime time and make it what it deserves to be. So come and see us. Bring your teams, bring your communities, bring your families. Let's see American prime time get back to the numbers that it used to be, so that we can help you to build your network, to build your community, to build your wealth. After all, that's what the purpose of these presentations is to take some of the pressure off of you, especially if you're new, especially if you don't feel confident explaining everything. You bring them to a presentation, let us do the work. You simply collect the questions from them afterwards. And if you can answer them, great. And if not, then you know where to find us to get the questions, or you can go to your upline and they'll give you the questions. They'll give you the answers. So come and join us on US prime times on Monday night, which is at midnight UK time, and I think 6 or 7 p.m. US time. And for the UK, it's 7 p.m. UK time. So that's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday is business presentation day. Wednesday, community call day with Chavez, where Chavez will come and give us all his latest information and updates. And of course, myself and Carl will replay that recording on the Wednesday evening as well on US prime time, so you don't miss out. And of course, Friday is Friday Education Day. That's where Trash It will come and provide education on a particular product or part of a product within our ecosystem. And of course, right now, that is 3FO. And Trash It does an excellent job of giving a much deeper understanding of 3FO using his whiteboard skills, which I'm very jealous of, I must confess. Saturday, onboarding for all new members. So if you have brought in new people and you're perhaps not confident enough to help them get set up, then you simply bring them to the UK prime time at 7 p.m. on Saturday evening, where Eunice will talk you through the process of activating your account, activating your deposit wallets, creating your security passwords, and getting your account ready for action and ready for generating yield. And of course, Sunday night, if you hadn't already realized, is live Q&A, 9 p.m. UK time every Sunday. Now, the numbers obviously have been declining slightly over the last few weeks since we've changed the time. Maybe that's just because we need people to get familiar with the time again. But as I said earlier, if the numbers don't start to pick up, then perhaps there isn't a requirement for us to do Q&A, and we will find something else to help you grow your business, to help you understand this ecosystem. Whatever happens, no one is going to be disappearing. We are just going to look for new ways to provide a service to you. Now, as if that wasn't enough, right now...
Hang on, Joe. Joe, hang on. Yep. Just pop back a sec. Couple of points. I want to add a couple of points, people. Point one, if you're bringing people along, let us know. Also, it's good to come to the US prime time, particularly if I'm presenting. Now, Joe does a very elaborate and exuberant And I like to do a short, sharp, just the basics, and then hand it back to the inviters to go into detail. So if you want a quick one, if you don't want to hang around too long, bring them when I'm doing a presentation. It won't be very long, I can promise you, because I'm not a presenter. We were asked to take over US. I had to suck it up and become a presenter as well. But I much prefer to be a trainer and a techie. So that's an advantage of US prime time. But the other thing is really, really important. Daylight saving UK is finishing next week. So there will be a shift in time, and then US will be something like 2 weeks after that, which is going to realign all of those times again. I'm really looking forward to it. It means that I get to sleep in an extra hour from next week onwards, which could also mean that I get my alarms wrong and I don't even turn up next week. Who knows? So just keep an eye on international clocks, particularly for next week and when US goes on to daylight or off daylight saving. Now you can go forward, Joe.
Amazing. Okay, so I believe this will be the last week for this. I'm not sure whether Chavez will continue it on afterwards for any period of time, but I believe this will be the last week for you to be able